Hello everyone, today we are typing Shraddha Kapoor. She's an actor in Bollywood and we are using the Typegrid. Basically, Typegrid is a system based on C.S. Joseph. Uh, he mixed interaction styles, cognitive functions, temperaments together to form a deductive system where we identify the types based on the data we collect on the right on the worksheet, and then we deduct which type the person is based on the definitions of the cognitive functions and different factors given their type grid. So let's continue. So I will start with the interview and we are collecting data on the right. We'll open in the subtitles right
Heard
now.
that
Okay.
you do a great British accent.
Who has told you this?
That doesn't matter.
Asking who told him that, asking for information again. That means that she's a T plus FI user.
I've just found out. So we'll start the show with you talking to me in that British accent.
So I really don't know if it's good or what, but like when I was a little girl, I'd really like try some accents, although I would really suck at them, which I think I am right now.
She's talking about her personal experience, how in the childhood she used to attempt accents and she really liked that as a hobby. So yeah, that's one. That's points for SI plus NE. And also based on her outfit, which is black, dull colors, she's not trying to grab attention of other people. That's again a point for SI plus NE user. So yeah, based on the data or cognitive functions we have observed, she looks like a philosopher. That is, she's either an STJ or NFP. Let's continue.
As well, but I still do them. I don't really.
Most in the least. You're not sucking at all. How did you get into this whole thing of trying out accents? Which other accents do you do?
I've attempted a Russian, according to me.
Talking about her attempts, her trial and errors basically. So again, SI plus NE.
Which is?
So it's like, for some reason my voice has to go lower and I have to.
She's doing any mimicry. Uh, just after she has talked about her attempts, she's doing that any mimicry of the accent, especially Russian accent. So yeah, that's again point for SI plus any user.
Were growing up pastimes, basically self-entertainment in front of the mirror.
It's all fun and games now, Shraddha, because your career is doing very well. You've had these really good, successful films, plus you did a very acclaimed film. But there was a time when all of this was not happening, and you did a film called Teen Patti, which when all of this was not happening. So what were your those?
So it's like पहले ही attempt में आपको कुछ मिल जाता है. It's like wow, you know. So in that sense, like it didn't feel like a struggle to get the film. But I guess the struggle I felt was when Teen Patti and Love Ka Diyan didn't do.
Talking about her, how she felt, basically her feelings, and then she's talking about her struggle. That again point for FI plus T and SI plus NE. So yeah, that means she's a philosopher and she's a wayfarer based on cognitive functions. And she's being informative. She's not being direct. She's just contextualizing and over explaining instead of directly hitting on the point. She's beating around the bush.
After a week, they've changed their mind. So that was the
They changed their mind. That is again a T statement.
the heartbreak.
But did you get a lot of no?
Heartbreak again. T statement followed by FI basically. So that's again a T plus FI statement. They changed their mind and it was like a heartbreak to her, and she's talking about that from her personal point of view or experience. So that's again SI plus NE and FI plus T.
there you decided to move on and do a film like Ashiki 2 with the Butts. To take that step must have been a very like a courageous decision. How did you come to that?
No such step was taken, Niranjan, to go from anywhere.
But didn't it scare you at that point in time that
Again, being informative. Uh,
you are taking the step of going against a production house and there are camps in the business, whether you agree or whether you accept.
When you see actresses like Kangana, when you see actresses like Priyanka and stuff,
name dropping. That is again T.
they are women of their talent and their hard work. They've let their work speak. They've not like spoken about what they do and stuff. Some people get to do films with particular banners more than the others do.
Again T plus FI statement, and she's being affiliative, talking about how great work they have done, and she's talking about that from affiliative point of view. So informative, affiliative, yeah, NFP.
And I think that's fine and that's fair. But I think what's really good is that the ones who want to walk to their own music can do that also.
Correct.
So why not?
No, of course.
I mean, if they want to, they can do it. That is again SI plus NE statement. She's being informative so far. She's not talking about any outcome. Basically, when describing the process, that how much amount of success they get, what she's trying to achieve, she's just focusing on the process. So that means that she's a progression based person. So she's an ENFP. So far in the interview, 5 minutes in the interview, and we know that she's an ENFP. We knew it from the start basically, but we have to constantly verify and take in more data to see whether things are changing on a spectrum or not. Sometimes we are wrong as well, because people often project themselves as their subconscious. So if I were to initially type her, I would have typed her as ISTJ, but more data we collected, we have identified that she's an ENFP.
Adi Chopra, he fully supported it. In fact, he was, and he still is, extremely supportive, and he
Uh, Now being supportive is FE statement, but she's talking about that other people were supportive of her, and she's talking about it from a sympathetic point of view, where she's name dropping the other person and telling that he was being supportive or empathetic towards her. That is again a point for FI plus T.
soon, just to, I've not seen him in a while. It'll be nice to sit with him and catch up with him. I asked him if I could use his gym because he has a great gym, so he lets me
Again asking for permission first. That is again a affiliative point of view. Asking for gym.
use his gym. It's such a good place to work out. And he was very happy with how Ashiki did also. So he messaged me some very, very sweet things.
But while you were working in Ashiki, did you expect it to do well? Did you think?
She initiated a point. She was talking about gym. Then she again jumped on to his messages. So yeah, that is initiating informative progression. That means that she's an ENFP affiliative person. We are not able to detect abstract or interest, concrete, systematic. We haven't identified those interaction styles yet, but we should be able to identify them as we go on in the interview. But because the person is either subconscious focused or unconscious focused, there might be a mismatch or mixing of signals, but we are looking at majority basically. 90% or 80% of the time what cognitive functions or interaction style a person shows. So based on that, she's an ENFP. But let's continue.
That people will like it.
Did you have to tweak anything about your personality?
I had to listen to my friends' feedback more, because my friends are not from the industry per se. Like
Talking about listening, listening is associated with TE basically. Taking in information from her friends.
Ankita, who is making
Name dropping.
her clothes now, she will come and she would be like, she would tell me that, Shraddha, how do you dress? What is this?
Her friend is likely an SE user who is advising this actress on wearing good clothes. So that is again a point for SE. SI on her part and SE on her friends. So if I can guess, her friend is likely an ESFP because ENFPs are more likely to befriend other FI or FP users because both are actually enabling each other by flaunting each other's status. But let's continue.
At least they would send me these pictures of me probably like a couple of years ago wearing these outfits, and they'd be like, what was this? Question mark. Why? And I'd be like, now what did I do wrong? Yeah, it's a nice dress. So clearly I had no perspective on this.
She has no perspective because she's a TI trickster and she requires information from other people to actually form a perspective. So yeah, that's conclude that she's an ENFP. Now I don't have to actually identify other interaction styles because the interviewer is only focusing or trying to ask her questions based on her past experiences or the film. That automatically makes the interview focused on SP temperament. Basically, he's all only asking concrete questions, but she's likely a metaphysician, ENFP. So yeah, based on the data we have collected, she's an ENFP. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any feedback, do write it in comments, and enjoy your day.